All right, here we go. This is Coffee and Chat with Rev Bruce, coming at you a little later today. Getting some things done, getting some things out of the way, but brought it to you anyway. Here it is, and how we're doing it. And I'm glad. I'm glad to have had an opportunity to knock some things out and set aside this time to talk about some help for your side hustle, right? And definitely giving it up and getting out of our own way. We do that too much. We get in our own way. And I want to talk about really how to key in and focus, use some determination and dedication to wipe out doubt and defeat. Doubt is one of those things that can settle in and cause us to literally believe that we don't deserve it. All right. And so as we pursue further for what we want to do, make sure that you understand that doubt is one of the things that will come about, that will accumulate, and it will sit up there. It's one of those things that just builds and is nurtured by the more self-defeat and self-talk we put in, and cause that doubt seed to grow to the point where it becomes a self-sabotaging belief that we're not good enough. And like I said, we don't deserve it. And there's so much more to our lives than that, so much more to living our dreams than that. And so don't let doubt and defeat allow you to let your dreams die. Don't let doubt and defeat allow you to let your dreams die. And we're going to kill that thing today together as much as possible. And so I want to just dig right in, and it's really what I'm talking about. Boom. We're looking at it. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. I'm rereading it myself. I've read it multiple times, and along with Positive Thinking, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. But both of these are applicable. Both of these can be applied to what I'm saying today. It's always too early to quit. Doubt will cause you to think it's time to quit. Defeat will cause you to think it's time to quit. And you've got to be determined. You've got to be destined. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to be rock solid in understanding and knowing that this is what you want to do and that you're on the right pathway. If you get rocky, you get shaky, you can think it's time to quit. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich in the first chapter breaks down how an individual was just 3 feet from digging a little deeper and striking gold, but he quit 3 feet short of striking gold and making millions. And that life lesson he learned of quitting too early allowed him to go on to become a large-scale insurance salesman who never accepted that no was a final answer. And so take that into account. It's always too early to quit. I don't think I can ever stop saying that to you or myself as we continue in this pursuit. And Napoleon Hill said this: the important thing is what you think and do. What you think, what type of mindset you have, and what you do, what type of actions you take, right? If you are taking actions as a doubter, if you're taking action as one who is defeated, that means you are filing your paperwork, you are throwing in the towel, that means you are putting your tools away in the shed because it's time to quit. But if you are not giving into that, if you are determined, if you are dedicated, you can dig a little deeper, go a little further, go a little longer, and you can still continue to produce. What I'm not saying is to wear yourself out. Like I said the other week, don't wear yourself out getting rich, right? But take care of yourself and take care of your business, and it should take care of you, right? Take care of your body. It should take care of you. For a long period of time. Take care of your business. It should pay you back with returns for a long time. As long as you're taking care of your stuff in a manner that is appropriate for your industry, as long as you're taking care of yourself in a manner that's appropriate for keeping you well rested, keeping you strengthened, keeping your mind sharp, right? Feeding your mind just like you feed your body, right? You need to rereading, right? Even like I'm saying right now, I'm rereading a couple of books. Read new authors, read classic authors, read new pieces of literature, but feed your mind, get there to where you can remain dedicated, right, and determined on what you're doing and where you're headed. And I want to continue this right here and just say, think about it and thank God about it, right? Let that be your mantra for this weekend. Think about it and thank God about it. You have survived the past. You've gotten beyond what's gotten you here, right? Remember, we looked at that book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, right? But you've gotten beyond what got you here, right? You've survived that. You've made it past that, and so you're beyond the past now. Yeah, and you need to be present in the present, right? You have the opportunity of the present. You need to be present right now. You need to be aware and active right now in what you're doing and how you're building your next steps towards building your future. And so, what are you doing with the present? How are you taking advantage of that? How are you living that out? How are you making that next steps, next goals, next level advancement for you? And what are you incorporating that will help build your future, that will help lay a foundation for that, that will help set a pathway for that? So you've got those things working, right? And how are you working on those things? That's what you need to keep in mind. This is not quitting time. You can evaluate, you can analyze, don't get stuck there, but understand that there are things that will try to get in the way and cause you to miss out. Stop right here and take a hold of it. Do not let your dreams die. Right? Do not let your dreams die. And I say this to make sure that someone understands how to keep yourself accountable. Do not let your dreams die. You have the power to keep your dreams alive, even if you got to put them on life support every now and then, even if you got to apply a little CPR every now and then. Do not let your dreams die. And I say that because you are the dreamer that needs to become a doer. And as you continue, it's still your dream. You still need to take ownership of that dream. You still need to handle that dream with care. You still need to carry that thing out, because as you carry it out, you will carry it out to another place and another level, to where you will see and experience some things that become life lessons, that become things that someone can't tell you, right? Someone can't just talk to you about it and say, yeah, you really need to, hang on to that. These life lessons are life lessons that will be drilled into your mind because you have them through experience, by the sweat of your brow. You have them through experience by being knocked to your knees and having to go into prayer. Do not let your dreams die. Be a guardian of your dreams, right? Be a watchman over your dreams, and make sure that you secure yourself and surround yourself with a hedge of protection that can keep you in a place to where your dreams are still something that motivates you to pursue and go forward. This is not a time for you to quit, like I said, like it was mentioned before. This is not a time for you to lay down and start seeing, well, what's wrong with me, and start becoming a victim. This is a time for you to be a defender, right? Defend your dream. Don't let your dream die. Don't let doubt creep in. Don't let distractions creep in. Don't let all these other things allow you to miss out on what potential opportunity you have. Do not let your dreams die, right? We've talked about it before. What happens to a dream deferred? And I say this right now. This is the time for you to take control over how you handle it. How should you handle it? Well, look at what Napoleon Hill says. He says, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, right? Your willingness to not just have this dream, but to live and pursue this dream is about, okay, now how do I achieve it? How do I make it happen? And that's what we've been talking about. And as you go on the road to making it happen, there'll be setbacks. There'll be times where there are detours and delays. Don't get thrown off by that. There will be defeats. There'll be times where people will tell you no and get that out of here and don't come back with it and never want to see you again. You're just in the wrong place. You're just talking to the wrong people. You're just that's not your group. That's not your audience. And so the more you can move, pivot, switch, shift as possible, the better it can work out for you. What is it that they say about basketball and shooters? Shooters, even when they're in a slump, they keep and continue shooting, right? They may be down in percentage, but they keep and continue shooting until they get in that rhythm. Find your rhythm, continue it, pursue it. That's what you need to do with your dream. That's where we're headed right now. That's what we're trying to do. Don't let doubt defeat you. Like I asked you the other week, what are you waiting on, right? And what are you working on? And if you're waiting on, other folks building an audience, people to come visit your site and things like that, you still need to, right, put in the work. You still need to put in the work, put in the time, execute, evaluate, and make sure you plan and adjust based upon the information you have at hand, right? And what are you working on, right? Are you working on your passion, turning a profit? Are you working on your craft, becoming your career? What are you working on, and how are you working on it? How much time are you putting into it? How much critical skill are you developing, right? Understand, I'm talking about critical skills that are important to the task at hand, not just saying, oh, I learned something new. How much critical skill are you learning and applying to making this happen? That's what I mean by what are you working on? What are the things that have to happen? What are the have-tos being done, or are they being set back, put on the back burner for something else? Look at what you're doing with your craft. Look at what you're doing in order to make it a career. Do not let doubt defeat you. You still have the possibility of building this out of basically nothing. Basically out of your own dream, building it out of your own dream. That's what it's about. Look at this. This is the work that we're doing with God the Father, right? They just released their 5th season of gear. Get the discount code, right? And with that, you can have the latest, faith apparel, at a discount, and they got like I said, the 5th season, they just launched that. Check it out. It's right there. I'm a brand ambassador for them. See what they're doing. But you need to get hooked up with affiliates like this, God the Father, and other folks that if it's a product or merchandise or service that you believe in or that's connected to the type of thing that you are trying to do, support it, promote it, market it, and share it with others. And it should still fit with your brand. It shouldn't be something that's off from your brand. Also, keep in mind, this is on track right now. Right before we come out with this rebirth title, I've got another surprise for you that's popping off next week. Just before the rebirth is released, stick in, tune in, check it out next week, 10 a.m. Saturday. I'll be going through a a very pleasant surprise. I've been glad to work on it and work with some folks on it to make it happen as part of this whole spring release that I've been working on. But it's prior to the rebirth, and I'm excited about it. Two things that have been blowing up in my area that, let me be honest with you, I had doubted. I had almost accepted defeat, but even before I got too far down the road, I realized, look, brother, I haven't even prayed about it. I haven't even asked God about it, and so I stopped myself in my tracks, in my moment of victimhood, and said, wait a minute, let me get this straight, let me get this in order. And so here I go. I simply said, Lord, how do you want me to handle this? How do you want me to go forward? You gave this for me to do. How can you help me to make it happen so that I don't just leave it dead and buried, but that I resurrect it and bring it back to life? And so, one of them's called the rebirth, but the other one's not called the resurrection. So don't worry about that. It's close, but it's not the resurrection. But tune in next Saturday, 10 a.m., and you will check out a double project that I've been working on for some time with some people and with some faith. And as the same type of example of what I'm telling you, it's simple that you can have small successes that can build your confidence and your comfort level and your competency to carry out bigger things. Let me tell you this, in the midst of doing this project, I have had to face on the phone, via email, via conference, whether Microsoft Teams or Zoom, with some people that are definitely more educated than me, more licensed and degreed than me, and telling me what I could or could not do. And what I came across was I still could do it because of my belief and my dedication. And right now, it's came to fruition that it's going to happen despite what they said, despite what they believed, and despite what they told me. It's still going to happen. And so I want to share that with you next week as part of, just our personal thing, a part of my personal thing to keep you inspired, also through my personal experience. And much love to you on that, because this is the part of our ministry where we speak about what happens to us and what happens to us and how that makes it known that God in our faith makes it possible. And so I want to be a witness. And so based upon my experience and what I've got to release next week, God bless, I will be able to share that and trust and believe this is something that I have been fighting for and pushing for. And so that's one of the things that I really want to say. And I want you to check it out. My work has always been really it's just been an amazing journey. And one of the things is one of my books, from the past, is, right here, and I'm glad to share it. It's my book, Broken Pieces. I published it on Lulu some years ago, when I first started writing, really where you can see as a person of faith about those low times. It's poetry, it's inspirational poetry, but it's coming from a place of, even when we've been broken down, as the psalmist says, and we feel as though we've been broken into pieces, it's God who can still hold us together. And so that ability to still take those broken pieces and be made whole, that's part of how, for me, I've been determined and remain dedicated. Were there gaps? Heck yeah. There were years of gaps. Were there doubts? Yes, indeed. There were times where I really, I really felt as though I was just doing the wrong thing. Maybe I was just pursuing the wrong thing, and this wasn't God that was feeding me. But I had to rest and slow down, trust God that what I was hearing was God and from God, and what I came to know, and to be what I was working on was something that God wanted me to do and how he wanted me to do it. And so as I sit here and I continue to share what we got going on, man, I am just blessed and blessed to know that I've been pushed in this right direction. And so, yeah, I want to give some love to my brother, right? My brother Ebel, NYC. God bless you, man. Much love to you, right? Good to see you out here. And this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We are, just trying to keep folks inspired and doing it. Don't forget, got got the Breaking 90 going on, and we're doing that with our um, blog. And so next week, right? Next week, I want to give you some more inspiration. But let me tell you this simply right now: don't be defeated. Don't allow doubt to defeat you. Don't allow any of these other things to creep in and defeat you. Hold on and be strong, because what we're seeing right now is there's a time for everything, and in that time, this same time, there's a time where what you need is being supplied to you, and what you need to do is it should be working through you. And so I just want you to be strong and of good courage. I just want you to be there and understand that you don't have to be um, left out and feeling like you need to doubt, but know that what you're working on will give you a lesson to be learned for life. What you're dealing with, right, will put you in a position to where you can deal with bigger things. If you're having trouble with your side hustle, right, what you learn today will have you accomplishing more things tomorrow. Let me put this on pause real quick. Can I say that even as I'm struggling on one channel to simply get it off the ground and get something going and make something happen and make something even appear like I'm making a dent in it, I'm having success on another one where it's just coming to me. You understand what I mean? It's just coming to me, and I'm not even pushing it as hard as I could. It's just coming to me, and I thank God for it. But in the way that it's coming to me, I have to say it's been a blessing, right? Because I have not been able to pursue it in the manner that I should, if I could say it like that. I have not been able to attack it in the manner that I should. And even with that, I've learned the lesson that it still deserves my attention. It still deserves my appreciation, and it still is there for me to take advantage of. And so, just simply put, on one channel where I can't even get the fish to bite. You understand what I mean? I've already received assignments and invitations to work on teams, um, uh, receive bonuses for accomplishments and achievements that I've done within a matter of time, and recognition for my work that's not usually done in this realm. And so I appreciate it. I look forward to continuing to move forward in these arenas. But all I'm saying and all I'm sharing to you is something that we both can benefit from. That hopefully what I'm experiencing, you're willing to give it some time, put in the work, nurture the seed, and make sure that it's planted and watered and nurtured and trimmed and attended to where, yes, you too can have a similar experience or be inspired or an inspiration to someone else's experience. So come on, this is the road that we're taking and trying to get there together. That we can not only be dreamers, but we can be those that do enough to experience the success of our dreams coming true and have the fruit of our labor, feed us, right? That's part of what it is when we talk about doing this work and making it known and shared with each other, that this is the inspiration that people can see, um, that we have, that we can support, that we can deliver. And so I don't want to, drag this out. I want to make sure that next week I give you a clear view of what's been working within this multimedia ministry and moving towards its success in different areas. But also, like I said, I want to make sure I say it. It's what's been able to inspire me that I hope also can inspire you. Continue to keep it positive. Continue to keep your mind open. Continue to listen and share and be there for others that are, trying to do something, right? It really helps to have bonds with people that are encouraging your work, that are in support of your work, that can help give you some insight. And I want you to make sure that you build those networks, right? Build that time in where you are putting in, your dedication and your determination and seeing the fruit of your labor. It's only going to come as you continue to work on it, right? You can conceive it, you believe it, and you try to achieve it because you're putting in the work. You're doing the actions. It's about what you think and do. And so not only your mindset, but also your action plan, right? You need both working for you. Not only your mindset, but also your action plan. And as I said, I can go back to that time when I wrote Broken Pieces, when I felt a particular way about, even though God said this, I'm feeling this. I was feeling like the psalmist, right? How long? How long must I feel this way? How long must I be in this position? Not that anybody around me was doing anything, not that anybody was doing something to me, right? It's just that I had that feeling of unsettledness. I had that feeling of, here I am being fed all of this, ready to explode with ministry and work and writing and all these other things, and I feel like I'm trapped and I can't go anywhere and I can't get in anywhere. And God allowed me to explode with that. And then also he allowed me to deal with some things that got that all twisted up and taken in the wrong direction. And boom, like I said, there were doubts, there were delays, but thank God for what happened, and thank God for what I learned from it. And thank God that it's brought me here in a position to where I can give voice to it and speak on it. If I was a songwriter, I'd sing about it. If I was a rapper, I'd rap about it. But right now, I'm just trying to have a conversation with some people out there, let them know, God bless, this is it. This is what God is doing. And I'm putting it out there in this context. Hey, this is Coffee and Chat with Rev Bruce. I want you to believe in yourself, believe in what you can do, believe that you can make it, and understand that it's with love and support that I say, God bless you, God be with you, peace unto you, Godspeed.